German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has made a surprise visit to the northeastern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv, not far from the front lines. Baerbock held talks with a Ukrainian counterpart and toured several critical infrastructure sites, including a power station and a children's hospital. Ukraine's infrastructure has been under increasing attack from Russia. Baerbock paid tribute to the incredible stamina and courage of the Ukrainians. Our correspondent Max Tsanda has accompanied Annalena Baerbock. He's still in Kharkiv and joins us from there. Max, tell us more about Baerbock's visit. Why was she there?
Right, so the German foreign minister actually followed the invitation by her Ukrainian counterpart, Kuleba, to show a different part of the country, apart from Kiev, that has been visited by foreign heads of state and top-level politicians quite frequently in the past. She's actually the first foreign guest to have come to Kharkiv, a region that's being shelled almost on a daily basis, a town that has, or a city, rather, that has been largely destroyed, that has been besieged for quite some time and is dealing with serious issues with its critical infrastructure. And this is also one of the points, points of her visit to raise the attention for the consequences for the critical infrastructure here, for the situation with power, with heating, with water. Annalena Baerbock came with a promise, a package she pledged, which includes transformers and generators to help with blackouts that plague this town, as well as 20 million euros in demining funding. Because the point here was that reconstruction cannot wait until the end of the war, but it has to be started now.
What did the foreign minister say, Max, about delivering German tanks to Ukraine?
Right, so that is quite a controversial issue, not just here in Ukraine, but even more so perhaps in Berlin, where the coalition government cannot decide on sending heavy tanks to Ukraine so far. So the German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock stated that she is in support of everything that can help liberate Ukraine, and she is in favor of weapons deliveries. In fact, she said that German weapons can't have the potential to save lives. So she will continue to put pressure in Berlin to try and make this happen, that the government will enable German arms or German tanks to be sent, or perhaps even itself sends German tanks. The Ukrainian foreign minister was a bit, during the statement here, was a bit more optimistic, if you can use that word in that context. He said, we don't want these tanks to ride up and down on the street in them. We need them to liberate our territories. And he also said that he believes that the German government deep down knows this and eventually will come around. So it's just a matter of time until Leopard 2 tanks will actually be delivered to Ukraine, in his opinion.
Max, thank you very much. For now, DW's Max Tsanda there in Kharkiv. And for more, let's bring in our political correspondent, Catherine Lanks, here in Berlin. Catherine, why did Annalena Baerbock travel to Ukraine now?
Well, this was quite the surprise visit by the German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock, and it is also quite a symbolic one, and its aim is definitely to show the support for Ukraine. We have to bear in mind that there are mounting fears that Russia might launch another offensive in the coming months, and this also raises the pressure and also the stakes for Western governments to at least show support. But much more importantly, it is a question of delivering more weapons and more tanks.
Now, Berlin has been under pressure, massive pressure, to provide Ukraine with more weapons, including tanks. How is Olaf Scholz's government responding to that pressure?
Well, the pressure in Germany is increasing more and more to send more tanks, heavier tanks to Ukraine. And we remember only shortly Germany, the US and France have agreed to send lighter tanks, but so far no specific battle tanks have been on that delivery list. But this is what Ukraine has been asking for. What they specifically want is the German-manufactured Leopard 2 tanks. And this is not only a tank that Germany has, there are also other European countries that could send them, but Germany still needs to agree because they are German-manufactured. So, as a matter of fact, the pressure on Germany is increasing from all sides nationally, but also internationally. But Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz so far is still stressing what he's been saying all along. He does not want to make unilateral decisions. He wants to wait for coordinated actions with Germany's friends and allies. But however, it is also interesting to see that Annalena Baerbock has now traveled to Ukraine, because she has she's always been one within Scholz's government, within his coalition, to speak out in support of the delivery of heavier tanks. So one could actually speculate that there might be some movement in this debate, and there might be another delivery coming up, potentially.
Give us an insight, Catherine, into the German government's resolve on this issue, because there are three parties in the governing coalition in Germany. Do they agree on a position, a common position, with respect to providing weapons to Ukraine?
Well, there's so far been a lot of tension also within the government as to what to send, how much to send, when to send. And now that Germany has sent the Martyrs, this, of course, has increased the pressure to send even more and heavier tanks that could make a difference in the battle in Ukraine and on the battleground.
Catherine, thank you very much. DW's Catherine Lunk is there from our parliamentary studios.